Welcome to the Ave Podcast, where I am joined by South Sharaf family member at this point. He's able to pour his own drinks now out the fridge now at this point. All the musical podcasts that we've done, we haven't done one in a while actually, so it's fair. Nice to do one specifically, which is like almost like a cultural touchstone point. But please welcome DJ Keo to the show once again. How you doing today, brother?
What's up, fam? How you doing?
Nah, doing good, man. Doing good. How are your Cowboys doing? I see you rocking that shirt. I mean,
yesterday was a rough day, man. I was like, yeah, we're in it. Oh no, yeah. Oh no.
Great game though.
It was a good game.
Great game. They can't play defense, but man, that offense, it's like even without CD Lamb, I'm like, wow.
Offense is cooking right now. I was like, I put the shirt on today, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them. Yeah. Everything else, not so much, but the offense, I'm proud of them.
If they can somehow shore up that their defense a little bit, they might be pretty good, man. I'm like, I can't even totally knock them.
I'm gonna say, and this is music related. You know what did us in? Cardi B. That's who did it. And if you know, you know, all right? Am I lying? That's factual. If you know, you know. Cardi B ruined our defense. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Guy, man. No discipline. Why Cardi B of all people? No discipline.
No.
Anyway, then we leave it like that, right? You ain't gonna say no more. No discipline.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, no, like I said, man, we're here to talk about the 20th anniversary. Man, this starting to make me feel old. It's one thing when we were doing it like the 90s albums.
Yeah, we did the Fuji 20th anniversary. Yeah, Fuji's 20th anniversary. You're like,
this is cool.
2020th anniversary. Oh. That hits different, yeah.
No, I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, shit. Like college dropout I was still in university. I was like, I was cool still. I'm like, damn, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, man. That's
more than 20 years now. Shit,
time is creeping, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's moving up.
So the fact that we're even doing the B album, Common's B album, and Kanye's Late Registration, which both of them are the 20th anniversary. It's not specific date.
Yeah,
but we're just gonna do the year because it don't matter. And there was a lot of good hip hop albums that year. It might like a lot of good ones because I mean we these two. There's I know we had this conversation before, but the Gays documentary that album was dope when that came out.
It's a great album.
Yeah, that was a classic. That the Minstrel Show, the little brother. If you're a fan of Tribe Called Quest, they're on that family tree. That album was I had to go back and listen to it a couple of times. Man, that album was.
I think Ludacris was that year too. There was a bunch of stuff that came out. There's a lot of stuff that it's like around that frame, and I would say early. Like that range and then a little bit after, but like that time frame, there's so much good music still.
Yeah.
Like if you think about rap music now, like everything is exactly the same. It sounds the same. These guys look the same, just the same, whatever.
Yep.
But like at that moment, it was still I would say it wasn't homogeneous. Like we had some stuff. It's going all over the place. We had things to choose from. And I think that's the thing that's killing the music right now. We don't have to get into that, but like I'm saying, like that's the thing killing the music is that everybody's copying everybody. They all look the same. They all sound the same. They all just the same. It's all the same. And like, look at Common's album and Kanye's album, completely separate things, completely different.
Yep.
Not even close. Kanye's production was on there, and you had that feel, whatever, for some of the beats. But like, these are two different styles of music.
Yeah,
because everyone forgets Kanye was still on the Rockefeller throw the chain up stuff back then. Still, so like that, it was the vibe and everything was different because he's still Rockefeller.
Yeah,
and Cameron and all these people on the album. But like,
you still show loyalty.
Yeah, but I'm saying culturally, musically, it was different, and you could appreciate both of them together. Which the thing I miss the most about it, honestly.
And it's funny because you think about like hip hop where it was even then. Like it wasn't the 90s where it was like every artist was completely different from one another. But in comparison to now, it's like, wow, there was much more of a kaleidoscope of music.
Oh, for sure.
You know, whereas now you're like, like I said, now it's literally they're literally doing the same stuff, same drugs, same
they're on the same thing,
same tattoos, same everything. You're just like, bro, like can like
miserable.
Yeah, you honestly don't even know. And it's funny. Like I was watching this thing on Instagram where the kids they're interviewing these kids, like teenagers, not teenagers, but like kids in their 20s and stuff, and they're interviewing them about like stuff like, you know, hip hop 20 years ago in comparison to now. Yeah, and like a lot of them don't even know. Like it's they don't even know who some of these guys are. They just like, what is going? Like no, it's like honestly, I feel like, I don't know. Did it feel like we did have, even in our 20s and mid 20s, did we respect history generally, or am I?
I know. I think we did. I think we respected
a little bit, at least a little bit more.
Yeah, like because we're growing up as kids. Like I think we respected history because. Like our older brothers, like older people in the family, listen to stuff. Like my dad would beat me over the head with like soul. Like this is real music right here, boy. Like and get that. So I always appreciated it, even whatever the genre, the age. Like it didn't matter for me. I always appreciated it. So like 60s, 50s. If there was good music, it was good music to me.
Right.
But like the current crop, like they respect anything, man. Especially, you know what's weird? I'm doing parties and you know, like 90s hip hop and R&B still bangs. Like it came out yesterday. But like current stuff, current music lasts maybe a month at best.
Yeah, there's no staying power.
Like it's got to be a hit, like where, you know, you can go to somebody's grandmother at the office and she's like, yeah, I know who this song is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that people can listen to, but generally current music lasts a month, 2 months, and then it's gone. But like people still playing Return of the Mac like it came out yesterday. Right? Right? You know, you can still hear it at a party.
But here's the funny thing though. They're even saying like on the regular spins on the radio, they're even talking like a lot of the songs that are like popular on the radio is songs that are like at least 3 years old. So they're not even playing the new stuff on the radio.
No, radio, they're not playing new stuff at all. Like, it's crazy. If you look at the Billboard 100 for like the songs that are popping, like quote unquote popping, and you actually, how many of them have you listened to? You like put them in your Spotify or whatever. It's not a lot. I promise you, it's not a lot. And very few songs you've actually heard before. Like it's crazy how bad it is.
I think music's taking like where last year, you know, it was kind of revitalized, a lot to do with the Drake and Kendrick thing, and everybody was trying to step up and put like this year. It's like that trend is over now.
We're at this point. Like I think the biggest song out right now is like a Netflix song, a K-pop movie. Like it's the biggest songs out right now, like culturally. And then everything else is like, you know, like Lady Gaga and like Bruno Mars and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like generally,
that kind of stuff.
If you don't listen to pop music or radio, you would have no idea who these songs are. Like no clue. And 100%. You would have no overlap to ever hear them either. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I just walk into, you know, Tim Hortons, a restaurant, whatever. And it is on the radio. Like, okay, cool. Not even a restaurant, a store. You're in Zara, like it doesn't matter. You're never gonna hear these songs. They're all they're quote unquote on the radio, and they're big hits, quote unquote. But I mean, that's the depth of the music industry, though.
Yeah, it's hurting. It's you can see the game, and it's actually really hurting. Which is why I think we appreciate albums like the B and Late Registration a little bit more now, because of like you're not getting the same quality of music.
Nah, man, it's not even
this is not even some get off our lawn old head shit. This is like
man.
No. We talk to some of the younger generation, and they're, even though they still play like the Playboy Cardi's and stuff, they're still listening to a lot of this, like the stuff from 15, 20 years ago from when they were growing up. Like they're not listening to some of the stuff the same.
Yeah. No, but why would they? That's the thing. It's not good.
Yeah, there's not staying power.
Garbage. And I'll go on record. I know everyone's gonna be mad at me because I'm half Jamaican, but like even reggae is bad. All this stuff is bad. I don't want to listen to it.
I'll leave you on that island.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll say it myself. A lot of this reggae stuff, I don't like it. Like I like the older stuff better.
Yeah.
And it's not a get off my lawn thing. I just don't think like it goes back to staying power. You heard Murder She Wrote or like, you know, whatever, like Sean Paul, something from back in the day. Mm-hmm. You can hear it today, it still sounds fine. A lot of this new stuff, you hear it today and it's okay, but you're never going to hear it again and you never want to hear it again either.
Yeah.
And that's the problem for me. Is like I don't want to listen to this stuff again. After it's done its course, you listen to it, ran its course. I'm not going to be like, "Oh man, this new thing that came out last year." I don't want to hear it. Whoa. And the crazy part is other people don't want to hear it either. This is why this stuff just disappears. It's wild, man. No one wants to listen to this stuff.
It's not good. Between the quality, between streaming and like the streaming's having a major effect. Some of these apps are having a major effect.
Yeah,
like people are making. We've had this discussion.
TikTok.
Yeah, they're making songs for TikTok, and I'm like, not staying power because TikTok is meant to be continuous. TikTok is meant for the next wave. It's not meant for staying power. Mm-hmm. So you can't make your music for that. You know what I mean?
The other problem is there's too much music. And I never thought I would say that, but like we're at that point now where like everybody's releasing stuff all at the same time, and like at least when the labels were controlling it, you were like, "Oh, you can't put your album out right now. Yo, Kanye's about to drop, or Nas is about to do his thing. You gotta wait, right? Like everybody's just
Beyonce's coming. Hold the fence.
Right, everyone's coming out right now, and so a lot of stuff gets lost in the sauce, or it's just not good, and so I don't want to hear it again. Or just people don't want to hear it in general. And it's honestly, I feel bad, but also I don't care because we lived through we had the good eras, so I don't care.
Feels in a selfish face.
Dude, that's why every day I turn closer and closer to my dad, man. Every day I'm like, yo, this guy used to drive the car. This is real music, son. You're listening to garbage. This is real music. And I'm driving the car. I'm like, this is real music. You're listening to garbage, yo. I'm like, where'd this come from? I don't know when it happened, but like, this is what it is right now, man. This is crazy. And I don't care. The part is this bad is I don't care.
That's the scary part. The scary part is when you start to be you're doing things that your parents used to do, and you actually don't care. When I find myself haggling for meat or for fish in a store, and I'm like, who the hell? Who said that?
Who is this? Who said this?
Who said that? Like, oh, right? What happened?
Right? No, but it's the thing. I think it's an age thing for sure, but like culturally, I think how we came up. We had so much good music going to high school, college, whatever. It was just so much good music.
Yeah.
And then I think our age has a factor for how we look at this other stuff now. I look at it as disposable. Like before, I get like listen to the album, like I had to go buy it. I had to go put it down on my phone. Like there's an effort, right? But like
there's appreciation for it more.
There's appreciation. I used to flip the thing open while listening to it. I'm like, oh, this song's good. I can't fast forward. I go drain my battery. Like there's a bunch of stuff you're worried about. But like at least I spent time and effort into it, and now it's like I don't like it. Next song. Like so you can't grow appreciation for stuff because like a lot of stuff bubbles in. Like Wasn't Me. That song was a failure. It turned into the diamond song and later on, but like we will never get that kind of thing like a Wasn't Me where it could turn into a super hit later.
Yeah, because
like all the right things.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, all the right things happen at the right time. Someone's like, yo, you should listen to this song. Like that'll never happen today. It's like didn't work out. Boom, next song. Like, look, I was just watching an interview about Will Smith. I know we're way off topic right now, but like it's going somewhere. So Will Smith released an album like a couple months ago. Did you know this?
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So he put it out, didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. And so like it is like we're at this point now where stuff is so disposable, you can't appreciate it. You don't even know what happened. That's how crazy it is. Like you don't even know what happened.
I just know he posted something on Instagram.
I'm saying like Will Smith is big enough that he released something, you should hear about it. He's very
at least know. Even if you don't get to listen to it, you should at least know.
The guy that slapped Chris Rock put an album out. Like you should hear something, man. Somebody should say something. Nothing. Nobody said anything. Just came out and left. Wild.
And you know what? As I probably should at this point.
Right?
Let's be real. we're starting off this podcast as a two.
We cooking everything, yo.
From the Muppet Show.
He's out here like
we're just heckling a new generation over the balcony.
A lot of people are not gonna get that, bro. Yo, don't worry. It's a classic right there. That's a classic.
But with that said, though, I want to read some of these stats regarding both albums. B is largely considered to be Common's magna opus. His Songs of the Keys of Life, his Michelangelo, his Pyramids. And although that album only went platinum this year, which is actually shocking, it got a perfect rating in XXL magazine. Remember when we used to read magazines and go for ratings back in the day?
That's how old we are.
Yep, it got the perfect rating in XXL, and it's considered to be one of the best hip hop albums ever, as well as definitely one of the very best of the 21st century.
I agree.
And then Late Registration went 5 times platinum. It's considered to be one of Rolling Stone's list of one of the 500 greatest albums of all time, as well as the first 4 albums that he put out, which is amazing.
Phenomenal, man.
It jump-started him to superstar status. It slowly cemented the Kanye era that was about to start. The impact behind the boards and in front of the mic that he had on the industry. And 2005, it made him like a cultural touchstone that could not be ignored. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. But the common denominator out of these 2 albums is Kanye West.
Absolutely.
But before we jump into to Kanye. Do we remember, and I know you do, but you remember where you remember where Common was post B album, post Dave Chappelle appearance.
But what were you doing before that?
Like the fork in the road that he was basically at in his career at this point. Because I think, Common's a legend, but like there was that point where mind you, he had a first misstep. The first real misstep he ever had in his career was that Electric Circus album. It
was dating Erykah Badu. If we're gonna be real here, right? Are we being real here? It was dating Erykah Badu, right?
Let me be clear about this. I love Erykah Badu.
I
love all of her albums. I never wanted to date any of my favorite rappers ever in life. If the day she dates Nas, I'm like I'm gonna start crying. Even though he's like past his prime, I don't care. I just don't want them. I don't even want them saying hi to each other.
This guy's gonna have crochet hats and stuff. We don't need any of this, all right? No, I don't know what it is. I don't want to say something that's inappropriate, right? We're not gonna go there. But she put something on dudes, and their careers go down the toilet. All right. And listen, there's too many people that this has happened to for it to be like, I don't know. Come on, man. There's way too many people for this to happen to you that you're like,
My cousin was one of my cousins was living in Atlanta, and this is during the time when she was dating Andre 3000. I remember he said one time he was driving down the street and he was like, the stuff that you see them wearing on videos, especially like Andre 3000 back then, he was like, that was not for show. That was a real thing.
No, that was very real. That was very real.
They would be wearing the craziest outfits, literally just walking down the street. You're just like, yo, this guy's done. Even in the midst of putting out classics,
but it doesn't make any sense.
People were still afraid for Andre 3000.
I think
people were still afraid for these stacks.
Of all the people that has gone through the Erykah Badu era, Andre's the only one who survived it without any diminishing returns from his music. Think about that, right?
That's
his
true.
music was still on, but it didn't go like, because Common's music went like that. Yeah. Andre's thing was still like this, going across the board. I don't know what it was. Absolutely, 100% after, but like during, he had no issues. He was still cooking as far as Andre level. He was still cooking when he was dating her. After was better, even better, but like he's the only person that hasn't had diminishing returns from the Erykah Badu, whatever she's doing over there, which we're not going to talk about.
And you know what's interesting? Like, I'll tell a quick story. I actually had a chance to hang out with Common. This is around the One Day It All Makes Sense album.
Okay.
Like,
The
mid-late 90s. Yeah. Like when I saw him perform, he was still doing clubs. He was in a club when he was doing it. And he literally came
extra high.
Yeah, he literally came off the stage and was dancing with the crowd. Like that's how far back we're going with this. Yeah. But long story short, I ended up going to his dressing room, meeting his band members and stuff, and we ended up kicking it. Had some beers with him and stuff. And I remember my cousin came in, and at the time my cousin was experimenting with being a vegan. And they were having like an in-depth conversation. And so to see him get to that Erykah Badu stage, I'm like, you know what? I'm not totally surprised because
it was there. The sprinkles was there.
You can see it. You can see it, but like it just got fully exposed when they got together. Like the only thing that came good out of Electric Circus that like basically made it past that period of time is "Come Close." That song he did with Mary J. That's the only song that was that actually made it past. Made it past the quote unquote, as some people say, dumpster fire. Not me, but some people say dumpster fire of that album.
I tried to listen to this albums, man. I tried.
Of course,
I really
who
tried.
didn't? I was a Common fan.
He had. You got to think about this for Common. Common put out a spectacular album, but the Water for Chocolate, the album's great, right? Yep. So he had like incredible albums, and then the wheels fell off the bus. And I was like, dude, what the hell? I was like, where are we going with this? So I tried, because I've been listening to Common do all this stuff, and I was like, where's this going? And then I was like, oh, this is like a dance, jazzy, whatever, disco record. Like, what are we doing here? It was weird. It was very weird. It was uncomfortable weird. Like you're saying, like you were playing your car, you'd be like, God, no, it's not me, man. It's a radio right now. Like I gotta change the channel. Like, not mine, dude. It wasn't me. That's what he was doing. So like it kind of didn't make sense, but it made sense because Erykah Badu. So you're like, okay, all right, let's see what happens. He basically pulled up the handbrake and he did a 180 and came back in like nothing, like he never left. And I gotta be honest, it's the Kanye effect. You get the Erykah Badu effect and the Kanye effect. Kanye was doing something with the boom bap and the samples that people were like, "Oh, we're coming back to the fold here." So like, this is the thing, and we're gonna get into the Kanye later. But like, I can't give Kanye up, man. I'm sorry. I hate people are gonna get mad at me and like Kanye said all this. Like, I get it. I get it, but if you were there at this time listening to these records, it's hard to be like, I'm done with Kanye. I can't deal with that. Yeah. I separate crazy Kanye from crazy producer Kanye. I can separate
from this Kanye, this era of Kanye, the old Kanye.
I separate the two of them like that, like pull them apart. Like this guy over here with this wife, and he's doing all this other stuff. I don't know that guy, right? Yeah.
You don't even know who that guy is,
right? But this Kanye, 2000 Kanye, all the way up until it's like 2017, 2018 Kanye, all the way up to there, I'm good. That guy, I'm good with 100%. I gotta just mention the world, Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy, right? So I got you mention that. How can you give this up? I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna listen to that album until I die. I don't care.
And it's funny because you like Kanye basically gave him a lifeline. Yeah, like, there's no other way you could look at it. There was a lifeline that he gave him.
He was finished. He put two garbage albums out. Everybody was like, ugh. Common.
Well, one because it was just Electric Circus. But the problem was with that though is, like I said, it was his first real misstep, but it was a big misstep.
It was a huge misstep.
It was a big misstep where it's like it might have felt like 2 hours, to be honest with you. Because honestly, it felt like
you're right.
Like is Common going to be good? Like that was not a good stretch. That was not a good. It's kind of similar to like when Nas had that period before he came back out with Stillmatic, where you were kind of like wondering like.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was doing like Gucci Wally and all that stuff, you're kind of
you're like, you're doing too much right now, bro. Like,
what's going on here? You know, and then you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you gave him the benefit of the doubt. It's kind of similar. Yeah, no, it was kind of similar, but I mean, to your point though, it was such a 180. Yeah. It was such a 180 from what we saw to where he ended up being like after B or when B came out. Like it's probably one of the most unsuspected things you'll see. It's very rare that where you see like that kind of turnaround. Usually when the guy starts falling off a cliff, even if they come back out with good music, people are like, I'm done. Forget it.
People get a sec, honestly, because we're at that age where, you know, if somebody puts a terrible album, that's it. We're done with you. We have our hands with you. You never existed to us. It's very rare people get a second chance at anything like that as far as music goes. And Common, you're right. It was just Electric Circus, but like it was a little bit of time after Electric Circus before he put out B. It was a little bit of time.
It was.
And I think that it helped that he had that space and you know, like he got in the right circles again. That helped tremendously, and you know it was a good album, man. like here's the crazy part: I like B, but I love Finding Forever more than B.
Wow, interesting.
Finding Forever.
That album was good too. I won't even. That album was good too.
It was short. It was concise. It was like 12 songs or something like that. But like that area for Common, man, and Kanye, like they were making fire, man.
It was a lifeline. But thinking of it now, what actually started the lifeline was Get 'Em High.
Yeah.
Dropout.
Yeah.
When he came out with the verse and off the song, it was like, oh shoot, like you forgot, like yo, Common's nice, and he's on. Yeah, you forgot, like, oh shoot, like this, you forget, like, yo, this guy can spit, and he's like, and he's on spitting on a fire beat, like there might be hope for him yet. Right. It's like, oh wait, if we get the two of them together, like it'd be good. Yeah, this could work. Yeah. This could possibly work. And then when you started hearing the rumors that like, yo, Common's putting out a new album and Kanye's gonna be producing, you're like, oh shoot, okay. People don't realize how big a deal was it that Kanye is gonna make some beats for you on your album. It was like going back to when like Timberland was gonna make songs for you, or you know, like Dr. Dre is gonna make a song for you. That's how powerful the effect was that Kanye was gonna get involved in your project. It was a big deal. It was a huge deal. Either you got a verse from him, which was gonna be fire, or he gave you a beat, and the beat was going to be crazy and better than everything else on the album. There's no question about it. And not just hip hop; it would be R&B too. Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah, he was doing he made so many R&B songs. It was crazy. People like his discography. A lot of people, because you know they're mad at him right now, which is fine. You know, do you? Yeah. But like totally a lot of people have not sat down and looked at Kanye's discography. That thing is ugly. It goes on and on and on. It is long. It's crazy how long it is. The running joke in my house is every time a Kanye song plays or a Kanye beat, because I know a lot of his beats, and the wife will be like, oh, I can't stand Kanye. Then she'll hear a song, she'll be like, oh my God. Yeah, I remember the song. And I'm letting her talk, and then when she's done, I'm like, you know Kanye produced that, right? She's like, oh God. Yeah, people don't realize that. He made a lot of songs. He made a lot of stuff. Making a lot of songs. A lot of stuff. From Jay-Z to like Slum Village, you know, to Keisha Cole to Beyonce, like everything in between.
It was
he didn't miss a step. You see, he was doing with the heavyweights. He was doing with the
right.
people
He did the underground, the backpackers. He's doing everything. Yeah. And it's the thing. His run was generational at this point. I don't think it's ever going to happen again. As far as production, we don't even make music like that anymore. But like, I don't see how anybody could compete with that again on that level.
No,
it was crazy.
No.
How many songs he was on that, and then to me the craziest part about it was how many songs that he was on that was good. Because a lot of people are like, that's the beat that so and so did, and it's like, it's all right. The Kanye song that he produced or that was on, he did a verse on, was fire consistently. Fire. Yeah, consistently. It is insane how consistently this guy dropped something that was fire. It's insane. So that's what I'm saying. Like I can't let him go, man. I can't do it. Crazy Kanye, I can't help it, man. Sorry.
The college dropout, Ye was like that run, especially before the album came out. Like I still remember, Keo. I still remember we're taking a trip. We're taking a boys trip to DC. Rest in peace to Headley, because at the time he was living there. We went to go visit him for New Year's. It was a crazy time. But I remember we were playing through the wire, and we're playing. There was like a mixtape that was out during that time. There was a Kanye mixtape that was like right before there. You know what I'm talking about? There was a mixtape that was heavy.
There were some songs on there that are unreleased. They were like, whew.
Yeah. You're like, who's this guy? I'm like, all right. I'm like, I wasn't a huge fan of his rapping, but I was like, but some of this stuff is pretty interesting,
Yeah, you heard the beat because he's doing the soul samples faster.
Yeah,
and so you had the drums, and I'm like, I like this. I don't know why, but I like this. It's good. And so that runs generational, man.
Yeah, but it's funny though. Like I think with him though, it's he really ushered in a generation, a new era of music that people to this day has, like, he's birthed a tree that basically a lot of people have.
His coaching tree is ugly, man. It is ugly. Yeah. How many people were underneath that? They got something out of it, or worked together with him for something, or helped get them started, or whatever. It is amazing. It's really
a lot of the records was high level. Like it wasn't so much that he had a golden touch at this time, as much as he actually became the golden touch.
Yes.
Like when it came to music, like it was because as much as there was good albums during that period in time, there was also a bit of a void in music too that he happened to kind of like slide into. You know what I mean? And he was like hitting it from because think about it, he was with The Rock. But he was also with some of the backpackers and hanging with the most.
Yeah, he was with them in name only. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Him. But the other guys, the hip hoppers, all this stuff, like he was more with that.
Yeah, he kind of blended in all worlds, and then and then you're thinking about like even just the cultural aspects of everything that he was doing, like just. Like from the award shows, you know what I mean? Style, like some of the interviews, his personality, you know what I mean? Like by the time this album was coming out, I remember it was like The Rock was pretty much folding at that point.
Yeah, everything's falling apart.
Jay-Z, quote unquote, retired. You know what I mean? Everything was kind of falling apart. Def Jam was in a weird place. You know what I mean? So it was like there was a bit of a pressure for Kanye, because like you kind of needed, even though the second album was a little quick, you're like, he kind of needed, they needed this win from him. Like the labels needed this win from him.
If this guy had the sophomore jinx and he came out with garbage, that's the end of it, man. There was no more. Yeah. Rockefeller would have folded faster. A lot of people would have not have a career after that. Like it was bad. There's a lot of pressure. And to put this album out, because like the first album was great, but like it got better and better and better. I can't explain this, right? The first album was good. I listened to the first album, but like I really start at this album for when I'm doing the run between the Kanye albums. It's like this is the one I start at. Like I like the old one, the College Dropout, but like this is the album for me. In my opinion.
You know, it's interesting. It's like when you go back and listen to College, maybe, I don't know if you share my point of view on this, but like when you listen to College Dropout, it feels like, in comparison to like even this album, it feels like it's almost like at its like a rough stage.
Yeah.
Like this album was like going after College Dropout. Everything was more polished.
Yeah,
like everything was a lot more polished.
I forgot who the producer was. He got this electronic producer to help him kind of start.
Yeah, John Brion for this one.
Yeah. And so like that, I think that was a difference maker for him musically, because like for a lot of these guys, especially I've been in the studios and making beats and stuff like that, and like it's that little extra thing that you don't have that takes your thing to the next level. So like you're making a beat, whatever, but you can't play keys, so you got to get somebody to come in and play keys, and then adds that little texture to it. It makes the thing feel different, and him getting that producer changed everything for him. And I think that's why the run was so impressive, because he started looking at I think he started working with was it Dean? I think he started working with him a little bit later on, but like it added this texture to his music and his style and what it sounded like. And like this is why this stuff's so timeless right now, because he added that thing to it, and it just feels different. Like look how old this album is, man. You listen to this album right now, it still sounds good. Like
still does. It
doesn't sound dated. It doesn't sound it came out 20 years ago. It still sounds good. And I think that's a testament to like him getting the producer in there. And I think it was Madonna that was doing that. She was working with these different producers and like completely upending her whole style and everything she's doing. She was working with these different type of producers.
She was great. She was actually great with that.
Yeah. She completely reinvented herself for each album. And Kanye kind of did that here. We went from the backpack thing to like, well, we're going to have strings on here. We're going to have all this other stuff. And we're going to have our actual arrangement. And like, it helped, man. This is, to me, this is one of his most polished albums, besides the Dark Twisted Fantasy. But like, this is one of those things. And I remember, and it's like a little bit off topic, but I remember I was hanging out with Bink in New Jersey, and he was going to Hawaii.
And Bink is like a legendary producer himself.
He's going to Hawaii to lay down this song for Kanye, which I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So he's out there, he's laying this thing down, and like he just had like a loop when he just turned it into something crazy, but like it was just a loop. There was the song with the Devil Blue Dress. I think that was the song, but it was just like a loop. But like added all the strings and everything else to it, turned it into this thing. Like it sounded like when it started to what it got to was crazy. And again, this is Kanye, and it started here, late registration. This is where this started to getting to this point where the polish is so incredible that it's everlasting at this point. I don't think these albums will never get dated, in my opinion. Yeah, we got to put the caveat.
It's funny because I know no, I was going to say, it's funny because it's a little taboo to be talking about Kanye in a positive light at this point. But we're just talking about the music. We're just talking about the music. And the music, honestly, it's one of the last great eras of music, especially on the production side. And it's funny because when you think of like conceptual albums in terms of like, because you forget what the whole thing with the College Dropout Bear. Excuse me. And all that stuff, and it's like you look back on it, and it's like, man, it just seems, not only does it seem like a lifetime ago, it feels like when he did it, as much as he was brash and he was cocky, we knew he wasn't a thug or anything like that. Which is great. There was a change of pace that I think the people kind of needed, but it's like it added kind of like a soft touch to like the stuff that he was doing. It's like it made it like that. It's weird to say, but like that bear made like. It made Kanye relatable to everybody.
It's the visuals of it. Like, it's the thing. You see that bear, that's Kanye. Like, that's a good thing. You remember good things about it. You had a good time when listening to this stuff. You went to parties, whatever. It made it relatable. Yeah. And that's the crazy part. Like, visually, like, who's doing that anymore? People just put an album out and forget about it. Make a video for YouTube. That's the end of that. Like visually, you see this stuff. There's a 3-album run, which is you got to think about this. A 3-album run of incredible albums. Not one of them is bad. It's technically a 4-album run, but like it's a 3-album run of incredible stuff. Just back to back.
Just that concept with the bear was a 3-album run, and it was like yeah. You honestly, it's one of those things where you don't. There was no missteps out of those 3 albums. There was no missteps.
There's very few artists that can put out 3 albums and not have any songs worth skipping. Like, that's crazy. You gotta think about that. 3 albums. We're talking like 50, 60 songs here. No skips.
And you know what's funny? I went back and I was actually before we started, I actually went through like the song title of just trying to go over a couple of the songs here from the album that I forgot about, which is like Roses and Bring Me Down from this album. And it's funny because when an Addiction, like listening to it tonight, I'm like, to your point, I'm like, man, this stuff sounds elevated. Like the sound of it.
Yes.
Like the rapping, he became better as a rapper as time went along. So he wasn't quite there yet to where he was at like by the time he got to like Graduation and past that. Yeah. But production wise, it sounds so polished. It sounds so good. Like there's the different layers of sounds coming from it. I'm like, man, this was a lot of, and I used to piss me off when he used to do all this award show rants and stuff that he wasn't getting disrespect.
I get it, man.
I hate that.
I get it, though. I understand.
But the work that he put into it, you could see why somebody would be pissed. He just took it way too far. But you can see why someone would be pissed. It was a lot of, like, when you listen back to this.
No, but Prince and Michael, this same thing. They were mad about the same thing. The award stuff. They're like, yo, this is trash.
That's true.
I put all this effort in this, and these guys did 3 loops and got an award. That don't make no sense. It does not make any sense. And those guys, they had the same beefs, and it's the same people who are giving the awards out. Let's be real here. It's the same groups of people giving the awards out, and they're not appreciating the genius of this stuff. And it's the same issues. It hasn't changed. We're talking about from the 80s up until now. Yeah, late 70s, 80s, same thing.
Yeah,
man.
It's still the same. But it's funny because on top of the conceptual album stuff, he became more controversial. Like that, I remember. I'm old enough to remember where like the whole college dropout thing was actually starting debates in the mainstream about
they were mad about
that. And
like mad about that.
I remember, like I said, I was wrapping up school, and it was like that was like one of the big conversations people were having about like finishing school and the importance of school versus like working on your own, and you know what I mean. And you listen to a lot of his stuff. He was big on on accomplishing your dreams. He started the Good Music label, right? Getting out our dreams. Yeah. He started a Good Music label, which Common was basically like the first. He was the first
artist on there. Yeah,
it was the first sampling that he started to become I wouldn't say a fashion icon at the time, but he was a fashion influencer at that point. Because the whole suit jacket and backpack, like the guy literally used to wear a backpack. You know what I mean? Like it was like such a play on irony. Like, okay, we get it. Like you want to be with the backpack. You don't have to actually wear, like most of these guys don't wear a backpack. You know what I mean?
No one's doing the backpack anymore. But it was the thing, the cultural.
Yeah, but rocking it with pastels and stuff like that, and people used to make fun, but then you started seeing everybody do it.
Yep.
You started seeing everybody do it.
Yeah. He was very early to a lot of stuff that, because I think it helped kind of grow up rap, because like this was all going on when 50 Cent was out, man, and Ja Rule.
I know it was like a complete contrast.
Yeah, and so like hip hop was very urban then, and like it is now, but like it was very street and thug and whatever.
Yeah,
and here comes this guy doing the opposite of that, and I think it kind of has parallels to Drake too, because Drake's kind of the opposite of that too. And he's making songs for girls, and everyone hates him for it. But like, it's working though. It's still working.
It's worked, and then you have to think about too the because at the time I mean, we all know, we don't have to really get into it, but we know how impactful the Chappelle Show was.
Yeah,
and the thing is, people forget, like, as we can go on and on about all the skits and all the scenes and whatever, like, but one of the underrated aspects of it was the musical acts at the end of the show.
Having the music acts, it was a big deal.
Like, think about it. He was the first one that basically started the carpool karaoke, right? Because the very first episode was Mos Def and him driving in New York, while Mos Def was freestyling to some song. You know what I mean? While Dave Chappelle was in the passenger seat bumping the tunes.
Yeah.
And that was and then keep going to like all these different locations and everything else. But like Kanye attaching himself to Chappelle during that period in time, while that show was also, you know, becoming a massive hit, was also big on his career too.
That was a huge factor.
Yeah. Because he was on that, I think, especially, I'm not sure the first or second season, but he was on that at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he was.
And if he wasn't on it, his songs that he produced was.
Yeah, he had in the background. But he was in skits. He was in the background. He was there at the shows a lot, and he performed a bunch of times. Yeah, like, I think the thing with Dave in particular, like, he loved the backpack hip hop stuff. And so, like, it was a perfect timing. It was a perfect storm. Everything coming together at the right time. All this stuff helped so much because, like, culturally, people were watching the Dave Chappelle show because of all this other stuff. And this Kanye rapper is behind the scenes. He's just there. Yeah. He's just getting included into this thing. That's a huge cultural thing to this day. And this guy was in the background of that. So I think that, like, a lot of this stuff all helped because it was at the right time. Had Kanye come out like 5 years earlier, 10 years earlier, I don't think he'd be nearly as big of a star as he is now. I think that if it came out earlier, it wouldn't have been right. It wouldn't have been the right time.
Probably known more for producing.
Yeah. Or if it came out later, I don't think it would have worked. Like, it had to happen when it did. That's the only way this would have worked, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I'll say, on top of that, he wasn't afraid to speak his mind either, right? I mean, we forget the famous quote, right? George Bush doesn't care about black people, right?
All this stuff helps. Everything's like, all right, Kanye ruined his career. Did he though? Like, he's fine.
Made him a bigger star.
All this stuff helps. It helped him tremendously.
It made him a much bigger star. So also all that coming into, especially the Katrina stuff and that telethon, like that crazy, George Bush, while that album was about to drop, and I'm not saying he did that for a promotional play.
No, that was real. He felt that.
Yeah, they said he was actually bawling, crying before he went on, with Michael Myers.
I can totally see that.
Yeah. So that was a real thing at the time, and it was like, but it was like the perfect storm. That was happening right when that second album was about to drop.
Yeah,
and then it dropped, and then it was like okay, like, this guy is an actual, like, he's a real full-fledged star. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like this is the new wave coming. You know what I mean? Like, it was a year and a half before. You're just like, yo, the guy with the wired jaw is about to start rapping, and wow, actually his music is kind of hot, and now he's like, oh no, this guy's a superstar.
Yeah,
like, he's a superstar. You know what I mean? It was like in 18 months, it went from who's a new kid to like,
oh, this guy's running things.
Yeah, like, this guy's for real. This guy's about to run shit now. You know what I mean?
When, like, was a Watch the Throne came out, 'cause you got to look at from Jay's perspective. Jay's like, I didn't want this guy to be signed. I just wanted to get beats out of him. Yeah. And he's like, you signed. Oh crap! This thing went triple platinum. All right. Well, I gotta give you verse now. And then he's like, holy crap! This guy's bigger than me right now. We gotta do an album together. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, you can see that from Jay's perspective. He's just like, I have to take this guy serious. I really have to take him serious right now. Which I think is, you gotta think about from Kanye's perspective, like, how big of a star this guy was. Like, this guy shoots through the stratosphere. That you're a boss. The guy who runs your label that you're looking up to is like, oh crap, we got to do an album together. Like, I need to be part of whatever Kanye's doing. Like,
and what's crazy when you think about that Watch the Throne, that was it was a joint album, but that really was a Kanye album.
That was 100% Kanye album.
That was a Kanye album.
Jay-Z. He was a Kanye album. featuring Jay-Z. He did all the beats, or he helped co-produce all the beats.
Yeah,
he's organized. Like, you went to the show, and I'm like, Jay didn't think of any of this stuff, because you can see it from the show. Jay's performances, he's walking back and forth on stage. Kanye's got flames coming out of the ground with lasers, and he's got sharks on platforms and stuff like that. He's doing all this stuff, and Jay's just walking back and forth. Like, I'm like, yo, who really put this thing together? Like, right? Like, it was clear who's in charge here and who's along for the ride. I don't care anyway. Like, I'm a big Jay-Z fan, but like, come on, man. As clear as day who's along for the ride and whose big idea was doing all this stuff. It's clear as day. You couldn't even question that. And he did it from the shows, just how the shows were designed and how he was doing his own individual concerts. I'm like, come on. Jay was like, I need this. I got to be part of this somehow. Man, I can't. I know, man. I can't do it. Kanye, yo. I wish Kanye wasn't a crazy person. But like, I don't think we get the music without it, though. Unfortunately, I think it comes together.
Which as we see in the history of music, a lot of the crazy comes with a lot of great music, a lot of great art.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's a weird hand-in-hand marriage, but that's how it. I wouldn't say that's how it always works, but the majority of the time, usually that's how that works. It's just, it's like I said, it's just too far. It's too bad that it went too far now, where it's like you're probably not really gonna go to a concert now, but even a few years ago when you asked that, but it's funny, Keo, when you used to ask that question even a few years ago, anytime you do something crazy, I'd always be in a group chat like, okay, but if he came down to do College Dropout right now, are you going?
Everything.
Yeah, I'm buying the ticket. Yeah.
I would. Okay, here's the thing, right? As long as he doesn't do too much new music, I would go to the show. I'll still go. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the new stuff. The new stuff is like whatever.
His rap level is it's falling off a tree and hit every branch all the way down. I'll admit that. As a Kanye fan who's got the vinyl, all right? He's a Kanye fan who's got the physical vinyl for all of his albums. Good God, man, his raps are terrible right now. But I would go see a show. I would watch that show. Absolutely, I would watch that show. I watched the Watch the Throne concert, man. If this guy thinks of anything like that for another show, I'm paying the money. It was incredible, man. That show was incredible.
It was an amazing show.
I've been to a bunch of concerts from artists, rock, whatever. That was one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life, like by far, not even close. And a lot of people who've seen Kanye perform think that way. That's the crazy part. They're like, yo, this show's crazy.
But with that said, what's the 3 most important songs off of each album? I'm going to rank them. You don't have to rank them unless you want to rank them, but you don't have to. I'm not going to put the pressure on you to rank them.
Okay, we got to keep it for Late Registration and B?
Yeah, what's the 3 most off each album? What would you say? Or you want to hear my list first?
No, I'll go my list first. So late Registration has got to be Touch the Sky. Okay. I'll do Gold Digger.
3. Just 3.
3, okay. I would say We Major.
Most important.
We Major with Nas.
So those 3 was the most important?
For me, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Gold Digger and Touch the Sky is obvious because they're singles, right? But like We Major, that's one of my songs. Like I just, dude, it's in the wrong key. Like the chords don't go together, and the beat's just this old school classic. I think it's the Crush beat. I can't remember, but like it's just old school beat, just the break beat. But like, dude, when he flips it and Nas starts rapping, I'm just like, yo, I started over, man, from the beginning. You get the beginning again. We have to. Those are for Late Registration. Those are my songs.
So I would rank them in this order. I would say for Late Registration, I would say number 3 would be Diamonds Are Forever for this reason. Just because when that And I'm saying not favorite songs. This is, to me, just most important songs for album.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I would say "Diamonds Are Forever" would be. I would say maybe third, just because it's when he was coming out at that time. It was like that was the song, the video that I think people were anticipating at that point, and I felt like at that point in time, I think you were kind of seeing what level he was at. You kept hearing all the stuff that he was looking to do pre-album production, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like when that song came out, it was like, okay, sonically he's going to a way different place than he was going like from like pre-college dropout. This sounded nothing like the first album that everybody loved. You know what I mean? And then the original and the remix, especially the remix when he was talking about like conflict-free diamonds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it was like you could see he was trying to elevate himself as an artist. You know what I mean? And he was like stepping away from that sound. And it was like low key and don't get me wrong, it wasn't one of my favorite songs. But it was like it felt like okay, like he's elevating. You can see where he's kind of elevating that stature with him as an artist. You can see from the videos to like just the way the song sounds. You're like, okay, he's taking this to a different level here. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's more made for radio and videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like I thought that song for his career was important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then then everything like again like the strings, the orchestra, all that stuff that was coming in, even the sample, it was like that wasn't a sample used in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it was a statement thing. Like hey, I'm doing something different.
Yeah, he was entering this new space in the way like it's like the new face of the new Rockefeller that's now completely different from what it was before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was like he's representing Rockefeller, he's representing Def Jam. You know what I mean? Like he's like where is this guy gonna take hip hop now? On both behind the boards and in front of the mic. What was he gonna do with this? And it was like I think that song was important. I'm gonna say Heard Him Say was probably number 2 on that because I think the mashup of him and Adam Levine, especially when Adam Levine, this is pretty
Maroon
bad.
5 was big, but they weren't that as big as they are now.
Yeah, they weren't Coldplay.
Yeah, they were big. They were big because they had that one album. But like they weren't superstars like Insanity is now. Yeah, so like I think them doing a song together, it was like this doesn't make any sense, but it works. Like it sounds good. Like, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it really worked. And then like for that to be the start of the album, it kind of like it wasn't the mood that you expected because it wasn't like upbeat. You know what I mean? It was mellow.
Like it's like a jazzy, just kind of like a freestyle kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
the whole "Wake Up, Mr. West," like all that stuff. Yeah. Like all that played a part. If you slow that beat down, slow that beat down a little bit. Can you don't even think about hip hop? If you slow that beat down a little bit, can you imagine Stevie Wonder singing that on something like that? It kind of sounds like something like an old Stevie Wonder, like something that Stevie Wonder would have produced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has that kind of feel to it. Like I feel like you slow that down a little bit, like that's something he would have sung on one of his like albums from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has like an old feel to it.
Funky, soulful thing.
Yeah.
And it's the crazy part. Like Adam Levine is perfect for the song.
Perfect.
He's perfect for the song. Like, cause I like the fact that he was doing stuff with these rock guys and these electronic people. Like that's Kanye bridging the gap between the cultures and genres. It is a big deal, man. Because the rappers were not doing that. They were not trying to. You were looked down upon. Honestly, I've been in the studio and talked to people about like, yo, you should do this way, and they're like, oh no, I can't do that. And it's like culturally I can't do it, or my fans are not gonna appreciate it. I'm like, all right then. But like it's this
you're staying in your lane.
You're scared, everyone's scared, and they gotta stay in their lane. Like that I thought it was so weird. And here's Kanye gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna make a song with these rock guys. I'm gonna have them sing the hook. You don't even know who this guy is. Like a lot of these rappers, you have no idea who this guy is. And Kanye bridged I would say this, right? He brought a lot of people on a lot of albums doing stuff that you're like, I've never heard this guy before, but I'll check him out now. And for a lot of his I should say later, the mid-range albums. So like Late Registration to like Life of Pablo level stuff. He's got a lot of artists in there that a lot of them I've never heard before, but I listen to now, and it's because of Kanye.
Yeah.
And he did that with art too. There's a lot of artists that were like, who the hell is this person? Like, oh, this is kind of fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he did that for a lot of people. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate Kanye's got some negatives, right? You got to keep saying this. Kanye's got a lot of negatives, right? But creatively, he's a genius. And I used to cringe when people say that back in the day, but I'm like, yo, this guy is a genius connecting this stuff together, like things you wouldn't put in.
And I think for you, coming from like the producer perspective too, like you can see where this hits home for you too.
Yeah, nah, man. Like I think if you try and put a song together and try and make it feel good, like feel a certain way, it's harder than you think. Yeah. It's not about a loop or a sample. It's this thing that to mix some kind of groove together and the keys and the chords that make it feel like, getting it to feel like something is hard as hell, man. It is very hard. And he consistently did it. So it's like, I don't know, man. Even to this day, he's doing it. Even if you don't like his music, it's still like there's some stuff on there. Like, I can't deny that. That's fire.
And look, man, I'm my family at one point had a record label back in like around that time, actually. Mm-hmm. So, and they put out they were on the reggae side. They put out 2 reggae artists. One, Michael Thompson. I think it's Michael Thompson. Rest in peace to him. I know he passed away during the pandemic. And the other one was Humble. His name was Humble, the reggae artist, which Locks, kind of on that Bob Marley-ish type. He was really talented. And I used to sit on some of those studio sessions. To your point, it's a lot of work.
Hard.
Like, I wanted to be a producer at one point, and I was like, man, I don't know if I could.
I don't have it in me. Yeah. No, it's hard, and to do it consistently is crazy. Yeah, that's a whole different level.
And think about it. Just to make a hit, forget like just putting out. Just to make one hit is hard.
You got to think about, what is a hit. A hit is a song that you put out that everybody agrees that they like all at the same time around the world. Not just in my neighborhood. 5 people are like, oh, that's pretty good. No, around the world, everybody agrees this is fire at the same time. That's hard. It's way harder than you think it is. And that's even with labels spending money to help it happen. It's harder than you think it is.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. To do it consistently is incredible, man. It's kind of
And then the number one song for me, obviously, is Gold Digger, because again, speaking of culture reference, around that time, what was the biggest movie that was out during that period? It was Ray.
It was Ray. Right? Yeah, it
was Ray. So getting Jamie Foxx again on a music tip, which people weren't respecting Jamie Foxx. Other than watching him sing it here and there on the Jimmy Foxx show, people weren't taking Jamie Foxx seriously.
Not serious.
So he made him relevant on slow jams, and then he brought him back again, and put him with the originator of that song and mashed them together. You know what I mean? At the beginning of the song, it honestly it set the world on fire. I mean, we all know like Gold Digger is one of the great songs of the 21st century. And on top of that, like to your point, like everybody liked that song.
How many weddings I played Gold Digger on by the bride's request? Because this is a song you should be like, oh no, we're not gonna play that song here, not today. You play another thing. That's none of my wedding. No, we're not gonna do that. The bride is out here like, she's a gold digger. Do you know how many? 4 years, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a complex thing with Kanye, and it's like, and it's funny because I don't even mean the pod to be like to that point, but it's speaking the truth to your point about a wedding. I've been to weddings, same thing, where they drop Can't Tell Me Nothing and just flatten the whole wedding. and you're like, yo, this is like a couple years ago. So you're like, whoa, people are. Yo, it's like the people are, people are speaking, like,
right?
Yeah, it's like it's interesting. You figure people be like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Nah,
you hear like certain songs, but Gold Digger was like the super smash. Like, dude, okay, Diamonds Are Forever might be something where it's like, okay, you can see this guy's elevating to a certain place. Gold Digger was like, okay, this is a mother effing superstar right now,
bro. I would say a good strong 10 years straight, I could play that song at weddings. Yeah. And people, grandmothers cut out the chair like, oh, we're going to dance to this one. Yo. Yeah. For 10 years straight, you could play that at any wedding and it'll be fine. White wedding, don't matter. Hispanic, don't matter. Any wedding.
Doesn't matter. What I mean, I was working. I won't mention the name of the company, but I was got my first real job after college, and when that song came out. Yeah. And I remember like even like the white girls and stuff would come in, like, you know, I remember I found a funny story. They're like, yo, I love this song. I don't sing the chorus, so I'm in the car. I'm like, right, right. Fuck out of here. I know you are. I know you're doing that. Come on. You're in the car by yourself. Right. Come on, stop. You know you're doing it.
The harder R, right?
you might be looking around you to make sure you're not mouthing it, you know, too precisely. But I'm like, come on now, stop it. You know you're doing that.
Everybody was singing that song for 10 years straight.
But what about B? Like, what are the three most? You can rank it if you want. You don't have to. But what would you say the most important songs are from B for you? The three most important songs.
Okay, so for me, I'll rank this in order, right? So for me, the corner would be 3.
Okay.
That when that beat came on, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? That beat was so hard. I would say Testify would be my number 2. And that record, dude, I had that song on repeat for so long. I had that repeat because I'm like, this is such a cool story that's so intricate over a loop. Like it's not even that big a deal, but it's a huge deal that he flipped this song around this loop. And the thing when it does the snare comes down, the clap, like, oh man. Every time I hear it, I'm like, it hits you. Last song I would say is Go. I think that would be like number 1 would be Go. And Go's one of these songs where it's got this B-boy backpack type like drum loop, but just sonically how it sounds is like it's elevated where it's not B-boy.
You can play it at an art house party.
Yeah. Which I've seen that. Yes. I've seen them play Go at a fashion show.
Yeah,
like an actual fashion show, like a Versace kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's got this just vibe to it that I can't explain, but like it's just so cool. Like it's got this thing of this. It's just cultures and sounds together that just works. It shouldn't work, but it works. And the thing about it is, it feels good when you hear it. Just like you take a big sigh, like yeah, all right. And you just vibe out. Like that's the thing that makes it so cool. Like you just vibe out to it. It's not aggressive. It's not loud. It's just kind of smooth, but it's dope. And the way I look at these songs are when I'm playing it, I feel a way. I'm feeling something when I play it. Like I got a different energy when I'm playing it, and like that's how I feel about these 3 songs. Like there's other songs, but like of course for me, I think that. Yeah, like the corner when he's doing the poem to it, I'm just like, oh, this is so hard, man. Right? That beat is so crazy.
It's bananas.
So yeah. I honestly I think it's because I feel something when I hear it. Like you know, there's other stuff on the album that is just there. Like I feel something when I hear these songs. So like I think it has that movement and that energy to it that I think is special. I can't put it in words, but like it's special when you hear it. Even if you don't like it, you're like, oh, that's something.
I'm gonna say our list is a little different. I'll say that. One of the songs we have the same one. So it's interesting that we how we thinking differently on this. Number 3 for me would be, and it's similar to what I was referencing before, would be the food.
Okay.
Because reason being is because I, like most people, got introduced to that song by the Chappelle Show. I never heard that song prior to watching that show. And when I saw it, I was like, same thing. I was like, the musical act performance and that scene, they set it up. They were in the kitchen. The DJ was spinning on the counter, and then Kanye's coming from behind the sink and doing the chorus. Like when that song dropped, I remember hearing, like, from the Chappelle Show, I was like, what in the hell is this? Like, I thought that beat was crazy. I thought how Common was rapping on it was dope. It was just like, yo, it's like Common might be coming back here. Like, this seems like this is his song. So one thing he was like, yes, on College Dropout. This is a song from him that Kanye's producing. I'm like, so they're really going to be doing this together. So that was like the first foray where it was like, okay, post Electric Circus, he's going to be fine. Right?
I like how you worded that. You're like, oh my God, man, he ain't gonna make it.
But like, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be fine. He'll make it. He'll be okay. I think he'll have a career after this. He's gonna be all right. This number 2 for me actually would be the Quarter, because pretty much everything you said, the beat was just, I mean, that beat was bananas. But the flow on that beat was sick. Like how Common like just does that flow, especially the first verse is crazy. The chorus, as simple as it was, melted perfect with the song Fire. And then having the poet come in like halfway through that chorus and just spitting his part of his poetry. I'm like, yo, that's something we never heard it like that before.
That song
was crazy. And even if you weren't a quote unquote backpack guy or like a Common fan, you couldn't deny how fire that song was.
That song was hard.
That was just a complete fire record. But I love Common. Like, Common's flow on that song is just, especially that first verse, is just like, it's out of here.
Yeah, there's no question. Yeah, it's
out of here. And to me, that solidified it. But number 1 for me, and I think this is like a no-brainer for me. And I love Go, because like I said, I think Go, like I said, you hear that song at like art houses and stuff. Like, I've been to art house parties, and that song is, and you're like, it fits perfect. The most important song to me is Bees, the intro song.
Okay.
Is the intro. And I don't know where this ranks in hip hop history. Okay. I'm not going to do the mental Rolodex and try to think of all the albums. I don't have a list together of like whatever albums for this concept. But in terms of like an intro song, right? Especially to introduce like an album, like the first song on an album. Because sometimes you can get away with putting out a decent feeler out song, the first track, and then it kind of blends into the rest. But like some people go for the jugular right away, right?
Yeah.
I think the way B is set up, it like that long intro, the long intro that comes in, Keo is like, that's one of the greatest intros you'll ever hear to start off an album. Like I'll stand on that forever for saying that.
Well, here's the thing about this song, because people were like, "Oh no, is Kanye gonna be good connection with Common? Like, is this thing gonna work out?" This song was like the intro was like, "Hey, everybody, calm down. Don't worry, you're gonna be in for a treat. It's gonna be fire here. Don't worry, you got this. It's gonna be b-boy. It's gonna be classic hip hop. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Just press play." That's what that song was. You're right. It had that vibe to it. Like, okay, yeah, you got this.
Like it cured any misstep that we had or preconceived notion of Common. By the time that song ended, all that was gone. Like,
there's no question. You're like, oh, it's fire.
Yeah, it was gone from the moment like that song ended. You were like this is, I can't wait to hear the rest of this album. Like that.
And then he just followed up with the corner, like he slapped you in the face.
And then he follows up with the corner. Like those first 2 songs after that, like honestly, it would be hard to mess up that album after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a high point to start off. But I think B, honestly, that's one of the greatest samples, and I think that he's ever rapped on. It's a classic song, literally, Keo, from the moment, like, you knew it in the moment that you heard it. It's not like one of those things where, like, revisionist history, you go back years later. Yeah, you know what? That song really was. No.
Yeah.
Literally from when you were playing that, when you crack the CD open, you know what I'm saying? And you crack the plastic off the CD and put that in your car. The moment you heard that was like halfway through the song, you're like, yo, this song is crazy. And everybody loved that. Women loved it. Like, everybody loved that song. Like, it sounds funny, but that, you know, because I have a daughter, that part where he's talking about, like, you know, I'm waiting for the Lord to rise and look into my daughter's eyes and realize I'm gonna learn through her. Like, I'm like, yo, like, this guy this way. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know, like, this is crazy. And, like, Common needed to hit a home run. At that point, he had to hit a home run. It was important that he hit a home run for this album. And with B and the corner, it was like the equivalent of hitting a grand slam in the first inning. That was it. Easily. Like, after that, you were good. Like, you knew from there was like, and then again, going forward after that, like, you didn't have to worry about it again. Like, that was, it's one of the, as I said, there's a reason why it's listed as one of the best albums, like, of the 21st century. You could say hip hop, but I'd even go even further to say, really and truly, I think music. Like, think of how good that album is.
Yeah, that's the thing with, like, Kanye expanded this stuff, so, like, there's no question, like, it was past just regular rap. You're not looking at, oh, this is only a rap album. This is just an album. And the stuff that he did for Common, like the two albums back to back that he did for Common, they're not rap albums to me. They're albums. There's no question that these expanded past just b-boy rap or gangster rap, whatever. Just expanded past that, like, musically, sonically, like, the albums, the samples and stuff that he put on there, like, they're so good. Like, you gotta think sonically, they sound so good. It doesn't feel like a rap album. It feels like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were past all that. So that's what I was saying. Like, it's I think this was one of those monumental times in music history, and like, it changed a lot of stuff after this. Like, it was a big deal.
So as we're wrapping up here, where do these albums rank? And I'll start with Common first. So, where do these albums rank in terms of their catalog, respectively?
Oh, from, like, their albums, or from, like, all of Common albums?
So we'll start with Common. Yeah. So where does B rank with all his catalog?
Well, it's definitely, like, in the top 3 albums that he did. I would say, I think it's like, what's the album he had before this? Yeah, Skip Electric Circus. That doesn't count.
Yeah, Like Water for Chocolate.
I think Like Water for Chocolate is number 1 for me because of Dilla. Yeah. That's by far it's number 1. I think Finding Forever is number 2 for me, and then B is 3. There's I can't explain why Finding Forever is so fire for me. I think it's the premiere song.
Yeah, that song was fire.
Dude, when that beat came on, he started scratching. I was like, oh, it's my childhood right there, yo. I don't know why I put that album so much higher because of that one song.
Yeah, that song was fire.
Yeah, I would say, like, it's close, like, it's real close between them, but, like, I would say the Like Water for Chocolate is, like, number 1. It's not even close, man. That's not even that's up on the top of the pyramid because of Dilla, and then underneath that is these two because of Kanye, and so I that's how I rank it. I'll rank it that guy.
Yeah, I feel like B is. I feel like B, I would rank high. I would rank B high. Like, I would put it number 1 if it wasn't for Water for Chocolate. I think the content and everything he's rapping about for Water for Chocolate, at the very least, they're like 1 and 1A.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. B's
maybe like
how it feels.
Yeah.
Well, like, Water for Chocolate is so far ahead for me because of, Like that first song when that beat comes in.
I mean, we did a pod on that, if you remember, during the pandemic.
I was like, what the hell am I listening to right now? I was like, yo, this is fire. And it just kept going.
Yeah.
And Dill he's on a different universe, man. So like for me, just how I grew up and everything like that. It's like Water for Chocolate, like just up there. I can't connect it. So like you gotta go down, and then these two are next to neck. B and Finding Forever, they're neck and neck.
Finding Forever.
It could go. It depends on how I feel for the day, but like that's just how I put it. And then everything else is Electric Circus is last, obviously, but like and
then some of the newer stuff you're like, but I liked One Day It Would All Make Sense. Like I was a big fan of that. Like I said, I remember
there were some songs on there for sure.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that, but yeah, like Water for Chocolate is one, and I think B is 1A, because B is think Keo. I mean, that song is album is like 42 minutes long, right?
Yeah, it's not that
11 tracks. Sure. I want you to tell me where the skip is. Where's the skips?
There isn't.
Name the skips.
There's so many good songs on there. Like
anybody listening or watching this
right there and put fire. Like, come on, man, what are we talking about here?
No, but anybody listening or watching this right now, go to that playlist while we're talking. Find the skip. Where's the skip? There's no skips.
There isn't.
And every song is phenomenal. Pretty much. Like the maybe the worst song on it is like maybe Faithful, but Faithful is sick.
It's Faithful sick, man.
Faithful sick.
Faithful sick. Shoot, if I had to choose, I'm looking through the tracks right now, trying to find a song I didn't like, or not even that I didn't like.
I tried that. I couldn't find it.
Like I like They Say. That's a fire song with John Legend.
Yeah.
Real People is fire. Shy City was fire.
Don't even start with Real People.
Love is fire.
Love is fire.
I don't know.
Love is fire.
Honestly,
Shy City's dope.
Shy City was fire. I don't know, man. I don't think there is. I'm looking at right now. Like I don't think there's a song like I'm like, nah, I don't know.
And Dilla produced "It's Your World." It's like the way that song ends. Like that song is fire too.
Yeah.
There's no skips.
Oh yeah, that's the song with Bilal, right? The World. Yeah. I can't. I'm looking at the thing right now, man. I can't. I don't think there's anything that I'm like, it's not good. It's a solid album.
But again, like to me, that's where, like I said, we were talking before, where Kanye kind of elevated himself as a producer. Because to me, I was like, that year, but like especially with this album, he moved into that like Dr. Dre, Timbaland, DJ Premier,
serious.
He floated into that category after that, because I mean it's one thing when you do singles for people, you know what I mean? But this is one of the other than those producers, this was the first producer that, other than Jay Dilla. I mean, Jay Dilla's another one too. That's
that's a different category.
They're in that pantheon. But Kanye, that was the first album that he did the full production for. That wasn't his. That was like a certified classic.
Yeah, he treated it like it was his album. He did it on that level, like it's like his album, and it shows. The quality's high.
And then it's funny because Common, I think in an interview or a pod with Carmelo Anthony, I think it's 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, he mentions that like a lot of songs that was on Late Registration and The Graduation, he passed on.
Yeah, so crazy.
He passed. I have the list. He said he passed on Dreams, that one with The Game, which is again, that's one of the best songs.
Yeah,
samples. That's one of the best Game songs. Period.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I have questions, man.
He passed on Wouldn't Get Far. He passed on Everything I Am. He passed on Heard Him Say. He passed on I Wonder.
I got questions. Like, dude, what are you listening to? Like, what are you?
Like,
why are
all
you
those songs he passed on? But I like what he said though in that interview. But I like what he said in that interview though, because he was like, you know what? And you probably could relate to this, where he's like, sometimes you pass on stuff, but then when the person does it, it's like that song really was meant for them. So he's like, the way, so he's like, he doesn't feel bad about it, because he's like, nah, he's like, you were supposed to do that. You know what I mean? Like, these ones weren't fitting. My album wasn't fitting. He's not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong, but he's like, you did such a great job, or other people did great jobs with it. It's like, it was meant for you or it was meant for them, so it's fine. Yeah,
like, it wasn't for you. You were not supposed to be in that. It's for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not mad at him because the album turned out good. But if the album was garbage and you heard he passed all these songs, I'll be laughing right now, man. The album was good. He got really good stuff anyway, and so it's not a bad thing. But like, it's just fascinating that he was like, no, it's not the right song for me. And I think all these songs would have fit him though.
It would have. He would have done something to each and every one of those. I believe that.
Fine.
But it worked out. Like I said, it worked out. Like, I wonder. I was actually playing the Graduation a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I'm like,
that's a great album, man.
Graduation was a great album.
Yeah.
You know, in 2 years, we're probably gonna have to talk about that.
That's fine. And I'll feel the same way about Kanye when I hear that thing.
We might not even have to wait to the 20th anniversary for that one. Yeah, that one was phenomenal. And then as far as late registration is concerned, it's in the top 4. I have it behind Dropout.
Wait, hold on. I got
Graduation.
There's too many albums. I got to pull up the Wikipedia here. Hold on.
Yeah, in my top 4. In my top 4, I have this, Graduation, Dropout, and Twisted Fantasy. It's probably, I think it's probably a tie for 3rd with Twisted Fantasy, because I really love Graduation. I think Graduation might be my favorite one.
Well, this is it. I agree, but I disagree. Okay. Twisted Fantasy is my all-time favorite Kanye album, and it's not even close.
Maybe I gotta go back and listen to it again. Why do you say that though?
Close. I think musically and just how it's put together, like it's such a mature album. Because a lot of stuff, like he has the backpack type stuff, and he's just talking about stuff like this is a mature album, like it's an album for grown-ups kind of thing. That's how I look at it. And musically, I think it is on a different universe compared to some of the other stuff. Because like it's basically, he's past the loops thing to like, we're gonna have like just like how like the Big song. I heard the Big song originally, and then I heard what it turned into, and I'm like, holy crap, man. This is a different song. This is so crazy how good this sounds. Because like, it was the loop before. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, this sounds phenomenal, man. This is crazy. And so like I think and
he was under a lot of pressure with that album too, right?
A lot of pressure too. Yeah, it was a lot of things. There was like, you better come correct. You caused a big kerfuffle. You're done. Everybody like, yo, people were hot at him, right? They're like, yo, we'll invite this guy to more shows. He can't come up here and get anything. And he puts this album out. I'm like, yo, this album's ridiculous. So, okay, if I was gonna rank top, I would say Late Registration would be probably 3rd or 4th. Like Twisted Fantasy's number 1. I'll pick Graduation 2.
It's tough.
Yeah, because it's a lot, man. So like, College Dropout could be 3, or
because I'm saying like College Dropout it's either 1 or 2 for me. It's hard to say which one. But it was, I think, just because it was nostalgic. That's I'll admit.
Yeah, nostalgia is a factor for sure.
Yeah, that's like end of university times for me. So that was was the nostalgia period.
Are we counting Watch the Throne as a Kanye album? Like,
I mean, you could, but I still wouldn't put that above these 4.
No, I wouldn't put Life of Pablo up there too. Crap, man. I don't know. Twisted Fantasy number 1. I would say Graduation's 2, and maybe Late Registration's 3 for me. It's like like you had like a 1A, 1B. This is the 3A, 3B. Man, Kanye has so many good albums, man. It is hard.
Yeah, like it's funny in terms of importance. In terms of importance, though, I would put this album number 2. And I say just in terms of importance because against all the points we're talking about, it was
game changer.
Yeah, importance because it was like. He was ushering a new era. Like I said, there was a tiny bit of a void. The new school guys like Lil Wayne was starting to bubble, but he wasn't there yet. T.I. was bubbling, but he wasn't there yet. Like Jay-Z was just retired. Like Nas and them were still hitting, but it was like they were kind of coming down that hill. You know what I mean? The crunk era was starting to end. Yeah,
but I would say
so there was a little bit of turnover during that period.
This album was super important because this album solidified that Kanye was a star and he's making fire albums. There was no question about it.
Yeah.
And by you having your second album I think did 4 million or 3 million, I forgot what it was. But like
this album I think did 5.
Okay, yeah, it's 5. Right? See what I'm saying? Like the first one did 3 and this one did 5. Like it was like, oh crap. This thing's for real. And then Graduation I think it did 3 or 4. Because 50 Cent had this album at the same time, the Curtis album.
Actually, I think Graduation did 7.
Yeah, I remember they came out at the same time, and then we were going back and forth.
Yeah,
and then he pulled ahead. He pulled far ahead after that.
50,
yeah. And so, like, it solidified, like, oh, Kanye's a problem, and musically, he's doing stuff that nobody else is doing. And it's kind of funny that Drake and him have beef for so long because they're basically the same thing. They're bucking the system. They're catering only to their fans. They could care less what anybody else cares about them. They're just doing their own thing. They have their niche, and it doesn't matter this song's not popular. Look, Drake is putting out like Afrobeat stuff and all this other stuff right now. And like he's like, I don't care. These guys doing trap, we're doing this now. Like this is just what Drake's doing. Kanye's the exact same thing. He's doing his own thing. And I had my issues with Drake during the beef with Kendrick, but I'm like, yo, who's beating Drake right now?
You know what's interesting? Kendrick. You know what's interesting though? It's because obviously their stuff came from pure, I guess competition is probably more from Kanye feeling like he was threatened by Drake. You know what I mean? Because I think if it was up to Drake, I think they would have done an album together, at least one.
They would be friends if it was up to Drake, right? I'll put it like that. But Drake he's a catty dude, man. Drake does stuff he does sneak disses on the low, and he does extra petty things too. And I think they would probably been fine. And this is more Kanye's doing. Kanye Pusher. Like, what are we doing here, man? You guys doing fire together. Why would you break this up? It'll make no sense. You can't help it.
Like I said again, I think they both would have done at least one album together by now. Because it would have made sense. It would have made total sense.
Absolutely. And that album would have been phenomenal. That would have gone diamond, man. It would be a real easily would have gone diamond.
Yeah.
We
but like I said, but it's weird. Weirdly, I actually blame Kanye for that.
100%. This is all Kanye's fault. All right, why they didn't do the album together, why we missed out on them not doing the album together.
Yeah,
it's all Kanye's fault. I agree with that. As a Kanye fan, I agree 100% agree with that. Because he breaks some stuff and he's like, dude, I miss you guys. And everyone's like, I don't want to work with you again.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. Like as I said, it's that old Kanye was. We're reminiscing really about that old Kanye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Because that guy, especially in 2005, he was basically tipping the bucket of creativity. Like it wasn't. He didn't empty the bucket, but he's starting to tip it over. All the creativity was flowing out. All the creativity was flowing out. That was just the beginning of like the rise to superstardom at that point. Like you just doing the research and trying to put this pod together. Like you forget just how like on the verge of influence that Kanye was at that point. Like we didn't realize it at the time, but it was like he he was becoming the zeitgeist for like hip hop and
100%,
and just music in general.
Not just music, for clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Crazy how big this thing was.
Yeah.
And it was funny. People still wear his shoes. No big deal. The Yeezys, I see them on all kinds of people who would be upset about Kanye's words.
Young people are still wearing his stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I still see when I notice them, I laugh. I do a smirk to myself and I laugh. I just keep it moving. I don't see nothing. It's like
it's funny. Quick story before we wrap. Like I remember doing a little poll of like a bunch of like any young person I ran into. I remember, especially when he was like getting his stuff, getting like his line cut from Adidas. I just wanted to do like a mini poll just with myself, and just terms of like finding out what the younger generation. Forget my generation. I wasn't even concerned about us. I was concerned about like not concerned, but I was just curious to hear the point of view from what the younger generation was thinking. Anybody that, especially who I saw was wearing Yeezys, I would be like, yo, what do you think about such and such? And we get into a conversation, they're like, yeah, I still fuck with Yeezy.
These things are fire, man. That design was crazy, man.
They're like, I'm still buying the shoes. I'm still, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm still buying the shoes. Shh, I'm still buying the shoes.
He's like,
I'm still like literally. I don't like every person that I asked, that young person I asked for like those couple of months. To a man, everybody.
It is what
everybody was like, I'm still gonna play his stuff. Don't say too loud.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm still gonna buy his shit. It's a shame though. But like I said, he's like the sad fact with him is like, and this is a topic I'm going to get into probably later this month with some shows, but like, it's when you get too powerful. A lot of people, especially brothers and stuff, like when they get to this level, they don't know what to do with themselves, and it's like they can't say no. It's a shame, man, because I'm like, you costed yourself such a position of power. You know what I mean? It's just. It's weird. It's weird to see, but like I said,
billions of dollars he lost out of.
Yeah,
and his kids and those other stuff. Like, yo, Kanye's fall is such a cautionary tale of how bad his fall is. Down from grace. Like how much stuff he lost. And access to just money and everything else. It's crazy.
And what could he have done with that? You know, in the proper context, like I said, like in 2005 when you rewind the tape back, it's like we didn't realize how big he was gonna get, but you knew something was happening. Like he was on the verge. Like 2005 was really like the age of like, oh, this thing is about to go. This thing is about to go far, like gone clear. As this is going to a new place that we're not really experienced before.
I would say the fact that he survived the Taylor Swift thing, because that should have buried him, and it didn't. It had no effect. It had literally no effect. People were mad with the pitchforks out. To how dare you touch poor Taylor? You took this thing from her. You tried to embarrass her, and had no effect on his career. That's how big he was. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that album too, the Twisted Fantasies.
The album was spectacular. It helped.
And then to flip it to Kanye, to flip it to Common. So that B album basically solidified him as like I wouldn't say not one of the GOATs, but like your place is cemented in hip hop lore.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. Like people respect you, and you're good.
Yeah, you're good. Between that, Finding Forever, there was an album after that too. I think The Dream. Like at that point, it was like you're coming, like where your place is etched in stone right now. You're good. That so it's like, but it was a scary place because, like I said, pre B, between Electric Circus and B.
It was we don't
know. Yeah, it was a rough time.
It was a rough time.
It was a rough time. And he talks about it. He talks about it where he's like, people weren't feeling him. Even his peoples were like, even his friends and stuff were like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he got dropped from Universal. He got dropped after that. But like, I think the problem is he was trying to be too creative, and like he kind of forgot like, oh no, this is not why people like me. Because like you're at a certain point in your career where you can do no wrong. If you do the Dilla album, like you can't do no wrong here. And you're like, I can just do whatever I want. I'm gonna do experience. I'm gonna be Andre 3000 and make a song with my flute. Like it's like you're saying, like I'm gonna effort around at this point. But like he didn't have the Outkast albums to do like I'm gonna make a song about my flute.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't have the Love Below level stuff, Triple Diamond thing to be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a song about my flute now. Like, you don't have that. So you're an okay rapper. Yeah. You did good album with Dilla, and then this shit. Like, nah, man, you're not built to do this, to withstand this. And I think that was his problem.
The margin for error wasn't as
wide. It was a lot smaller than he thought it was. Yeah, that's the factor.
Yeah, it was a lot smaller. But like the B, like I said, listening to B and going back to that, like I said, it was. Man, that was a blessed period, man. Like that era was like, again, I'll say it again. Find the skips. Tell me what the skips are. There's no skips.
They're not. Both of those albums didn't have any skips.
Yeah,
that's incredible, man. Both of those albums didn't have any skips. Either of them.
Yeah.
I don't even skip the skits. The skits stay on. I play the skits the whole way through. The B5 we broke. I let that play through, man.
Yep. Like I said, all that's nostalgic, man. Every time I hear those, I'm just like, wow, that takes me back, man. It's crazy. We getting old, Keo.
Yeah, I know.
We're aging gracefully. Let me not put it like that. We're aging gracefully.
That's fair.
But look, man, we'll wrap up here, man, brother. Thank you for for doing this as always. We got to do some more before the year's out, man. I got some ideas, Keo.
Dude, I got some ideas. You come talk to me, man. I'm down for music.
No, which goes without saying. I got some ideas, man. But thank you for doing this because, like I said, that was a cool period. Yeah, that definitely was a cool period. And shout out to Mariah Carey too, because I think the wife we reminded me when I was doing this, the Emancipation of Mimi. That album
that came out then too, man.
That year too.
Crazy time. It was a crazy time.
That album was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You're still playing songs from that today. From
people like realize it though. That's the thing. They don't know where these songs came from. That's Mariah Carey. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like that album was, like I said, it was actually a surprisingly good year for music and for hip hop and stuff. Even though, like I said, there was a bit of a void, but it was like the albums that did come out.
Yeah.
They were knocking it out the park.